Hello everyone, this video is on random variable. In my upcoming videos, I'll discuss about probability distribution. So to know about probability distribution, you should know what is random variable. Random variable is a number which we associate with the outcome of random experiment. So when every outcome of a random experiment is associated with a real number, then that become a random variable. There are two types of random variable. The first one is discrete random variable and second one is the continuous random variable. If the random variable x assumes only finite values, then that kind of random variable is called discrete random variable. And if it takes infinite or uncountable set of values, then that's a continuous random variable. Suppose we are looking at the marks of certain students in a class test, and that class test is of 10 marks, so students will have marks in between 0 to 10. So it will have particular values only 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, right? So it has only finite and countable set of values. So such kind of random variable is discrete random variable. If we look at the number of aces in draw of two cards, like you have playing cards and you draw two cards. Okay, so you have to look for how many number of aces can come when you draw two cards. Okay, so either no ace come or either one ace come or two ace will come. So this is a random variable, discrete random variable. If you are looking at the age of students in class, then it will be a continuous random variable, right? Because there will be difference of days, minutes and hours. So it can take infinite value. Okay. Height and weight also is a continuous random variable. In continuous random variable, we always talk about certain interval. That height will lie between this interval, okay, between this and this. Age of this classroom will be from 16 to 17. Okay, such kind of random variables are continuous random variable. Let's look at one example. Suppose we toss 3 coins, then number of heads that come up can be taken as a random variable. So when you toss 3 coins, when you toss the first coin, then either head comes up or tail comes up. Okay, so if head comes up, then if head comes up in the first row, then in the second row either head comes up or tail comes up. If tails come up in the first row, then in the second row either head comes up or tail comes up. Okay, if head comes up in the first row, head comes up in the second row, then in the third row either head comes up or tails comes up. Similarly, if head comes up in the first row, tails come up in the second row, then in the third row either head comes up or tails comes up. If tails comes up in the first row, head comes up in the second row, then in the third row either head comes up or tails comes up. If tails comes up in the first row, tails comes up in the second row, then either head comes up or tails comes up in the third row. So in the sample space, we have these 9 elements. We take x to be the random variable associated with the number of heads which comes up. So my sample space will include head, head, head means all 3 heads, head, head, tail, head, tail, head, head, tail, 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 head, head, tail, head, tail, 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 head, tail, tail, tail. So these are 8 elements in this sample space, not 9, 8 elements in this sample space, right? So this is the whole sample space. So we'll look at the random variable x. Okay, it will have certain probability. Now x denote here the number of heads. So it can happen that 0 heads comes up, 1 head comes up, 2 head comes up or 3 head comes up. So x can take the value 0, 1, 2 and 3. So what will be the probability of 0 head? Probability of 0 head. If you look at the sample space, then 0 head is only zero head happens only when 3 tails are there. So there is only one favorable outcome related to 0 head. So probability of 0 head will be 1/8, right? If you have to look for only one head that comes up, then here you can see one head comes up, one head comes up, and one head comes up. So 3 favorable outcomes. So probability of random variable x taking value 1 is 3/8. Then 2 head comes up. Here you can see 2 head comes up, 2 head comes up, 2 head comes up, and yeah, only three favorable outcomes for 2 head that comes up. So again 3/8. And probability of random variable x equal to 3, that is 3 head comes up, is only 1. So it is 1/8. If you add them up, you'll get sum equal to 1. So probability of all the random variables is always equal to 1. This table is called the discrete probability distribution table. Let's look at another example. An urn contains 4 white and 6 red balls. 4 balls are drawn at random from the urn. Find the probability distribution of the number of white balls. Okay, so let's take the random variable x to be the number of white balls. X can take value 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4 because there are 4 white balls and we are drawing 4 balls from the urn. So it can happen that when we are drawing 4 balls, then no white ball comes out. It can happen that 1 white ball comes out. It can happen that 2 white balls comes out. It can happen 3 white ball comes out, and it can happen that all the 4 balls which we draw are white in color. So x can take value 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. So x is a random variable. Taking these values, we have to find probability of x at these numbers. So let's find out probability at x equal to 0. Probability of x equal to 0 means no white ball comes up. Okay, so probability of getting 0 white ball means all the balls which we draw are red in color. Okay, so there are 6 red balls. So 6 red balls will be chosen in 4 ways. So 6C4 is a favorable outcome divided by total number of outcome. There are total 10 balls. 6 plus 4, 10 balls, and we are drawing out only 4 balls. So total outcomes are 10C4. You will choose 4 balls from the 10 balls for 10C4. After calculating this, you will get 1/14. So probability at x equal to 0 is 1/14. Let's see for probability x equal to 1. X equal to 1 means probability of getting 1 white ball and 3 red ball. So from the 4 white balls, we'll draw 1 white ball, and from the 6 red balls we'll draw 3 red balls. For 4C1 into 6C3 divided by total outcomes 10C4. And when you will calculate this, you will get 8/21. Similarly, probability of x equal to 2 will be drawing 2 white and 2 red balls. So 4C2 into 6C2 divided by 10C4. When you will calculate this, you will get 6/14. Similarly, probability of x equal to 3 means getting 3 white balls is 4C3 multiplied by 6C1 divided by 10C4. You will get 4/35. Finally, probability of getting 4 white balls, means all the balls which we draw are white in color, is 4C4 divided by 10C4, which is equal to 1/210. So we get these probability, and after putting this here, all the probabilities corresponding to x equal to 0, x equal to 1, 2, 3 and 4 will get this probability distribution of x. Next is probability function. So we have two kind of probability function. First one is the probability mass function, and second one is the probability density function. If we have discrete random, if we are talking about discrete random variable which take values x1, x2, so on to xn with probability p1, p2, pn, then a function which represent the probability of that random variable with the condition that all the probabilities are greater than or equal to 0 and sum of all the probabilities is equal to 1, then that function become probability mass function. So the function related to the probabilities of a discrete random variable is a probability mass function. Similarly, if we have a random variable x taking values from -infinity to infinity, then a function f of x is called probability density function if all the value of the function is greater than or equal to 0 and integration of the function from -infinity to infinity is equal to 1. Okay, in case of discrete random variable, we have probability mass function and it should have these two properties. In case of continuous random variable, we have probability density function and it should have these two properties. And always remember that they represent the probability of the random variable at any point. So these probability function represent the probabilities of the random variable at any given point. Next, what is the mean or expectation of probability distribution? Mean in case of discrete random variable is given by this formula: summation pi probability at a certain point pi xi divided by summation pi, which is equal to summation pi xi. Why? Because summation pi is equal to 1. We have just seen here, right? We have just seen here summation pi is equal to 1. So if summation pi is equal to 1, so this formula reduces to summation pi xi. So mean in case of random variable is equal to summation pi xi. Let's see one example to this, finding mean. Okay, if you know how to find mean, so if you find mean of this given data, how will you solve this? By the method we already know, that is add up all the values and divide by total number of observation. Okay, so mean is given by, you add up all the values, 1 plus 2 plus 1 plus 1 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 and divided by n, because they are n in number. So the mean comes out to be 20 upon 9. If you consider this as a random variable, so if you consider these numbers as a random variable, then this random variable is taking the value 1, 2 or 3, because either 1 is coming up or 2 is coming up or 3 is coming up. What is the probability of 1? Probability of 1 is 1. Probability 1 is 2, because only 2 is occurring, only 1 is occurring only 2 times. Probability of 2 is 3 and probability of 3 is 4, because it is occurring 4 times. Okay, so what will be the mean? Mean will be summation pi xi. Okay, 1 into 2 plus 2 into 3 plus 3 into 4 divided by total number of entries. Total number of entries are 9, which comes out to be 20 by 9. So if you consider through random variable or if you consider through this method, in both the cases you will get the same answer. Okay, probability in case of continuous random variable is given by this formula: -infinity to infinity x into fx. This is the formula for the probability distribution. This is the formula for the mean in the case of continuous random variable. In our next video, we'll talk about probability distribution. We'll study 3 kind of probability distribution. First one is binomial, second one is Poisson, and third one is normal. Okay, so I hope you have understood this all. Thanks for watching this video. Have a good time. Thank you.